This is the Emotional Vocabulary Series by Duenas. Today we will address the emotion of persecuted or persecution. Do you feel unfairly targeted, mistreated, or marginalized? Let's explore the emotion of persecution, its roots in human history, its impact on mental health, and how to find empowerment in the face of adversity. Introduction. Feeling persecuted is a powerful emotional response to perceived or real mistreatment, targeting, or injustice. It is deeply tied to human history, where persecution has often shaped societal structures, identities, and conflicts. This emotion arises not only from external experiences, but also from internalized fears and mistrust, making it a complex issue to navigate. While persecution can foster resilience and collective action, it also carries the risk of emotional isolation and mistrust. Understanding the roots of persecution and its effects helps individuals and communities process these feelings constructively, fostering empowerment and healing. Definitions. Layman's definition. Feeling persecuted means believing you are unfairly targeted, oppressed, or mistreated, either by individuals, groups, or systems. Clinical definition. Persecution involves a heightened sense of mistreatment or victimization, often characterized by feelings of fear, mistrust, and alienation. It may be rooted in external circumstances or psychological states like paranoia or trauma. Perception and expression in everyday contexts. Persecution can manifest as feeling singled out at work, being ostracized socially, or perceiving systemic discrimination. It often leads to defensive behaviors, withdrawal, or heightened vigilance. Origins. Evolutionary roots. Persecution feelings may have evolutionary roots in the human need for safety and inclusion. Early humans who perceived threats or mistreatment were more likely to take protective actions, ensuring survival. Cultural dimensions. Throughout history, cultural and societal norms have defined what constitutes persecution. Religious, ethnic, and political groups have faced systemic mistreatment, fostering collective identities based on shared struggles. Biological mechanisms. The amygdala plays a central role in processing perceived threats, while the prefrontal cortex evaluates the validity of these perceptions. Chronic feelings of persecution may involve dysregulated stress responses and heightened cortisol levels. Effects of persecuted on psyche. Persistent feelings of persecution can lead to paranoia, mistrust, and heightened anxiety. Over time, it may contribute to mental health issues like depression or PTSD. On daily life. Persecution impacts daily habits and routines, fostering avoidance behaviors, hypervigilance, or aggressive responses to perceived threats. On family and friends. Perceived persecution can strain relationships, as individuals may withdraw emotionally, become defensive, or struggle to trust loved ones. In the workplace. In professional settings, feelings of persecution can hinder collaboration, reduce productivity, and lead to conflicts if individuals believe they are unfairly targeted or excluded. On freedom. Persecution limits personal freedom by fostering fear, mistrust, and reluctance to engage with others, restricting opportunities for connection and growth. Examples. Personal story. An employee feels persecuted at work due to biased treatment by a supervisor, leading them to seek support from HR and later find a healthier work environment. Societal behavior. Systemic persecution of marginalized groups, such as racial segregation in the U.S., has led to widespread social and emotional impacts, as well as movements for civil rights. Historical event. The Holocaust is one of history's most devastating examples of persecution, where millions faced unimaginable suffering due to systemic discrimination and hatred. Challenges and mental health. Persecution, whether real or perceived, can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and trauma. For individuals experiencing systemic mistreatment, these emotions are compounded by external circumstances, making recovery complex. In psychological contexts, feelings of persecution may also result from cognitive distortions, requiring therapy and intervention to manage. Management and mitigation. Strategies. Validation and support. Seeking trusted allies or professional support can help validate experiences and provide coping strategies. Therapy, CBT, and trauma-focused therapies help individuals challenge distorted perceptions, process past mistreatment, and rebuild trust. Community engagement. Connecting with supportive groups fosters resilience and empowerment in the face of systemic or personal mistreatment. Resources. Advocacy organizations that address systemic persecution. Mental health professionals specializing in trauma and paranoia. Books and workshops on building resilience and addressing mistrust. Conclusion. Persecution is a deeply impactful emotion that challenges an individual's sense of safety and belonging. Whether experienced personally or collectively, it carries the potential for profound harm, but also for transformation and empowerment. By understanding its roots and impacts, individuals can process these feelings constructively, seek support, and reclaim their autonomy. Cultivating emotional intelligence around persecution enables individuals to navigate adversity with strength, foster meaningful connections, and advocate for fairness and inclusion. This was the emotion of Persecuted, or Persecution, from the Emotional Vocabulary series, by Duenas.